Welcome to ComicsPrizeGuide.com presents Tales from the Geek. Aaron the Mechanic here, and we are live.
I'm live.
You are alive.
I am alive, just barely. But we're live.
So we've got some comics.
Usually.
And some news for
Usually have comics.
Most likely.
Including this week. We also have them this week.
Alright, what are we going to start with?
What do you want to start with? Here's the moment of choice.
This one.
This one?
Motor Crush.
Are you talking about Motor Crush?
Crush it!
Motor Crush number 1. Motor Crush number 1 is a new Image book from this week. This is actually by, if I'm not mistaken, the same team who did the recent Batgirl relaunch. Brendan Fletcher and Cameron Stewart and Babs Tarr working on this book, which is about, as you can see, this lady right here, who is a competitive motorcycle racer, sort of in a almost post-apocalyptic. It's not post-apocalyptic, but it is like kind of that aesthetic.
Anytime there are nails in like a board, I feel like it's gonna be post-apocalyptic.
She's like a motorcycle racer, and she hits people with this board. She's sort of in the the sinister underbelly of the racing scene. And it's called Motor Crush. There may or may not be a sort of somewhat illegal substance that makes your bike go faster and faster, called Crush, and it's sort of the hot commodity that everybody races for and tries to win.
Oh, so. They're not like trying to go off with motocross?
No, although that's a good joke. No, but yeah, this is quite an interesting one, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's got a really sort of I don't generally like using this word, but it's got a very kinetic art style. It moves very, very quickly, which you would expect from something about motorcycle racing. So, solid debut from the Batgirl team.
Good job, team.
Can't recommend that highly enough. Probably my pick of the week, but there's other stuff that I can also recommend, like this one right here. This is
Dr. Alpha?
No, it's Dr. Aphra.
Aphra?
Dr. Alpha is
Aphra.
that's not her name. Her name is Dr. Aphra,
Aphra.
Not Alpha. Alpha is the robot that helps the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
There we go.
Alpha 5. But anyway, this is the new Star Wars title. This, of course, if you've read the Darth Vader title, is Dr. Aphra. She is an archaeologist in the Star Wars universe. These are her droids that work with her, and maybe a Wookiee that hangs out with her and stuff like that.
Oh, that's fitting since the new Star Wars is coming out.
A little bit, yeah. She's sort of a rogue archaeologist, kind of a lowlife, a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily call her a criminal, but she's in that world.
Is it gonna tie into the movie at all, or the same timeline?
This does not. No, this is set in the original trilogy timeline. Mm-hmm. This is set around the Darth Vader era, after the Jedi are gone, that sort of stuff. She's got her own little spin-off here where she's sort of taken on the much like Motor Crush, sort of the criminal underworld, basically, and trying to carve out her own little piece of it and make a little money off of it. So she's a really nice character. She's very smart, very sassy, and very quick-witted. So
I like those kind of characters.
If you like that kind of character, you'll like her a lot. And they've been doing really well with the Star Wars books, and this one is Kieran Gillen, and he's just a solid writer all around.
Aphra. No, Aphra. Oh my gosh,
like Afro, but Aphra.
Aphra,
Dr. Aphra.
Third time's charm.
Aphra.
Not
anyway,
Alpha.
Not Alpha. Not Alf. Not Alf the puppet. No, not Dr. Alf. Speaking of Alf,
Nova?
This is Nova.
It
has nothing to do with Alf, I know. This is Nova. This is the new Nova series, actually, and if you're a Nova fan, you may recognize this gentleman up here. You'll probably recognize this guy. That's Sam Alexander. He's been Nova for a while. This gentleman here is Richard Rider, who may or may not have been dead for several years. If you're a Nova fan or you read the old Guardian stuff, he might be back. And by might, I mean he is, because he's on the cover and he's in the book. So if you like Richard Rider, he's in this book. And I know a lot of people out there like Richard Rider, especially, after his old stuff and like the Annihilation series and all the old Guardian books. If you're an old school Guardians fan, you'll know Richard, and he's definitely back. And of course, a lot of this is also about Sam. He's the current Nova.
Right.
He's the one that is sort of the new fresh view on the Avengers and the Champions, stuff like that.
It's kind of fun to have them both in one book.
Yeah, it's a nice little difference in opinion, and they don't have too much interaction in this first issue yet, but there is some nice build up into some other issues they might have with each other, and some problems they might fight together. So definitely recommend Nova for sure.
Those were our honorable mentions.
I'm a big Nova fan, so I really like that one as well.
Good one.
That is indeed a good one, but there are other things this week. We have Jim Henson has a new book, the Jim Henson Storyteller Giants. They've done these Storyteller Witches and the Storyteller Dragons. It's sort of an anthology series where each issue is a different creative team's interpretation of a myth or a type of
That's awesome.
that story. So this one is a series about giants and different giant folklore and different giant tales taken into different creative teams' minds and put to print. So I really like that one as well. Jim Henson's Storyteller series is really good. Highly recommend the Dragons one, which is pretty good, but Giants is this week. Also from Marvel, we have the Unworthy Thor #2, which we talked about the first issue
one, yeah.
with the Odin's son, as he's called now,
Yeah.
the former Thor, basically going on his quest to find a new Mjolnir to call his own. And if you watch the episode when we talked about the first one, that was really good. Highly recommend #2 as well.
It's also good. Keep it going.
Yes.
What's Reggie?
Reggie
Number
is
one.
another #1 from Archie Comics. They've been doing all the other series.
Oh, that makes sense.
They got Archie,
Okay.
they got Betty and Veronica, they got Jughead, they got Sabrina, and now
Now
Reggie has
Reggie's
his own
time.
series too. It's called Reggie and Me. Highly recommend it.
Reggie and you?
No, Reggie. Well, whoever reads it, it's Reggie and me. It's me. I'm in it.
So, yeah.
It's me.
Mike just pops out of the book.
No, I'm not in it,
Loose
but Reggie
good
is in it.
weekend too.
And so if you're an Archie fan, highly recommend that one. And finally, this is one that I sort of have like a small personal love for, is there's a new crossover series this week starting Wonder Woman from the original 1977, Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, you're familiar with her,
Oh, yes.
and the Bionic Woman.
What?
Crossing over in comics, Wonder Woman, Bionic Woman,
Ooh,
#1.
I like
So if
that.
you like either of those characters, or both, you
That's
wanna check
great.
that out. So
right.
that is our new and returning, of course, comics that I can recommend to you this week.
Highlighted comics. And now we got some news.
News is
trailers.
mostly news is like it was like trailer week basically. There was like nothing but trailers. My personal favorite was, and this is somewhat uncomic related, but the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite trailer, which I thought was really cool, watching Mega Man and Ryu fight against Iron Man and Captain Marvel. So I'm really excited about that game. I'm sure a lot of people are.
Cool, we can always talk about games.
Love Marvel vs. Capcom a lot, and I'm very excited about the new franchise, or the new game. But that was my personal favorite trailer of the week, but there were plenty more.
There's so many. We've got Iron Fist images coming
Yeah,
out.
the first image is Iron Fist that
Yeah.
Claire's in them, and she's hanging out with him, and he's like
Yeah.
doing his kung fu moves.
So look, there's something that's not a trailer.
Not
It's
necessarily.
still a preview,
It's kind of a
though.
preview.
Yeah.
It's not a trailer, but it's close. There was also a little teaser for, just came out today actually,
Homecoming?
a little teaser for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, he's like on a building and he leaps off and he's got like the web pits, which he stole from Spider-Woman. Just saying it, she had him first. She didn't really, Spider-Man did, but I like to say that.
Fact check.
Yeah, there was an announcement actually, it's not a trailer. Not a trailer. Luke Cage is officially getting a second season.
I like that
Luke
announcement.
Cage. I love Luke Cage season 1. It was awesome.
It gives me a whole new meaning to go get coffee.
I have coworkers at the store who have still not seen Luke Cage season 1, and I'm telling them, you
better.
gotta watch it. You gotta go see it.
Let's see. We've got Luke Cage. Oh, how about Transformers?
Yeah, there was the Transformers Last Night trailer, which I saw a lot of people were really upset about because of the Optimus scenes. Apparently he's maybe kind of a bad guy.
Like, no, Optimus
from
Prime
what
can't be
I
a bad
saw,
guy.
that he's beating up his Autobot friends and stuff. So we'll see.
Maybe he's
that series.
maybe someone's gone in and commandeered him or something.
Maybe Megatron's taking him over.
Yeah, that's the
But
only thing I
that
can
series is still doing well, and you can say what you want critically about the movies,
Yeah.
but those movies
Still
make a
doing
lot
well.
of money and they do really well, and a lot of people like them. So go Transformers, you do you.
You do you.
And the last trailer I remember seeing this week was the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 trailer.
Oh yeah.
And my favorite part was seeing Mantis in it, who was one of my favorite favorite comic characters from Guardians of the Galaxy, with her little antennas,
Yeah.
and making fun of Star Lord and stuff like that. So
It's the best.
if you like Guardians, I recommend the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer
Check it out.
very highly. So.
And then the movie when it comes out.
And the movie, it's only
just watch
out.
a trailer. That's all you gotta watch.
It's only out on Free Comic Book Day weekend,
Yeah.
so it's not like you won't be able to see it. It's a very big weekend. I believe that'll be the first weekend in May, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're excited about that, Free Comic Book Day coming up soon, sooner than you think.
And yeah, so is that all the news we have this week?
I think that's all I've got. I've talked about comics and I
We got
talked
some
about
the
trailers.
news. And yeah, so we're gonna pass it off to well, not right now, but after the live version, we'll pass it off to our cosplay Shivs and Giggles. They're going to be talking to us about holiday fun still. So get ready
Holiday
for that.
fun sounds fun to me.
Hey guys, Shivs and Giggles here, going to show you today how to make a nice nerdy stocking for the nerd in your life, whether that's you, your family member, your friend, your neighbor, or that guy that you kidnapped and is sitting in your basement. So as you see here, I've got 3 fabrics to start off with. I've got this white pre-quilted fabric, which makes it a lot easier, and the fact that it's thicker allows your stocking to have a kind of nice, strong look to it, and it doesn't have that floppy grossness. Secondarily, I've got this beautiful, almost paisley Darth Vader look, closest I can get to green for the holidays. And then for the top of my stocking, I have got Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Alright, so I have got my template for my stocking now. So I've got my stocking, the cuff at the top, some toe and heel pieces. I wonder if you can guess which is which. So basically at this point, I use construction paper just because it's what I happen to have on hand. But you can kind of use whatever it is that you want. So, major part is going to be the foot, top is going to be there, heel, toe, and then all of a sudden, we've got the stocking. So this is the cutout pieces from the template. These are not sewn on yet, so you can see them kind of flopping. These are just kind of held on by pins. So before I actually put the stocking together, I'm going to start by putting the kind of embellishments on the top of the sock. So that means I'm going to sew on the toe, the heel, and then the top of the boot. So when I'm doing it, I'm going to start with the same sides together. I'm going to put a nice pretty clean line here, so when I flip this up, you won't actually see that hem. So I've got this pinned that way, so when I flip this, it should rest just about the same size as the top of the sock. For this, it's okay. I'm going to actually do a decorative pattern that goes over this so that I don't see any kind of fraying, so I don't have to do the same flip here. Okay. The next step is take the front and take the front, and then we take the back, put the pretty sides together. I'm going to switch back to my straight stitch, because, you know. So except for that one time when the sewing machine literally jumped across the table, I should be fine. So then I've got the strap that I'm actually going to use to hang it on the fireplace. So I'm going to go ahead and do a similar edge on it that we did for when we were doing the toes and the heels on it, just so that we don't have any kind of fraying. So. So before I go ahead and turn this right side out, so you can see the nice pretty finishing, I'm going to go ahead and put the hem on the top as well as put in our strap that we so fold this again with the not so pretty side out and fold it down about 1/2 inch. Since it's thicker material, it makes it a little easier. What we're going to do is we're going to put this tab on the quilted side, close to the, I guess it would be the calf of the sock. So, getting this on, making sure that I'm back on my regular pretty thread, aka just the line. A back stitch over this a lot because you tend to put a lot of weight on there, especially if you're like me and overstuff this stuff. Cut it off and clean any extra strings off. Now is the moment of truth. Sock that you put things in, because that's what the holidays are about. Alright, so our stocking is done. The last thing you need to do is go over with an iron on it to get the nice edges out smooth, and actually tune in with May to get a nice list of all of the things that you can put in there for the cosplayer or nerd in your life.
Hey guys, May here with some ideas for what to put in your favorite cosplayer's Christmas stocking. First up, we have SD cards. If you're at a con, you're taking a lot of pictures, this will allow you to have a little bit more space on your phone for those pictures. Along those same lines, a power bank would be a great idea. Being at a con, you will eat up a lot of juice on your phone, so having a power bank will help you get all the way through the day. Next up, chalk. If you're a sewer like us, chalk comes in super handy for marking out the loose lines on your fabric of where your pattern goes, so chalk. Also, when you're traveling for cons, a lot of times you're going to be in hotels and it's just not going to feel like home. Having some nice travel supplies will help you to just feel a little bit more like home when you're far away. Also, after a long day at a con, you need to get all that crap off your face, all that makeup. So, makeup wipes. These were about $1 at Target. Also, for your on-the-go emergency repairs, we have a small sewing kit, travel sewing kit. It's going to have a safety pin, some needles, little scissors. It should be able to help you fix any mini emergencies that crop up with your costume. If you're a cosplayer who wears a lot of wigs, you can pick up wig caps. These ones were like $2.50 for 2 at Sally's Beauty, and it's a little bit cheaper if you have their card. And also bobby pins. Like, I don't know where they go during the year, but they just magically disappear. And finally, a lot of the reasons that you're into cosplay is because you're a nerd. So, just think about their favorite fandom and get them some cute nerdy things like socks, keychains. Here I have a Olaf keychain. He's kind of my favorite character from Frozen. So, yeah. So hopefully you have some ideas of what to put in your cosplayer's stocking. It's not an all-inclusive list. Hopefully just get some juices flowing for some creative ideas. Hey guys, you just watched us make this super cute Star Wars Christmas stocking. If you would like to enter for a chance to win it, check out our Instagram.
At Shivs and Giggles! Who's doing